Hello and welcome. It is Sunday, it is afternoon, and I've got snacks. And that means it's time for Morgan's lazy Sunday afternoon, quote unquote, productivity stream. I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood, and with me today, I have the one and only Doc Coleman. Say hello to the nice people.
Hi, nice people.
So, yeah, next weekend, Sako and I will be coming to you live from Imaginarium.
Oh,
Yeah.
is you're going to be actually at Imaginarium, or is this going to be another one of the
It's
famous
not going to be
streams
a road
coming?
trip. We're coming back on Monday.
Okay.
We decided not to try and kill ourselves. With exhaustion. Whoever is in the passenger seat handles the phone and everything. We do it as safely as possible, but also means, less likely to lose signal in the mountains of West Virginia.
Yep.
So Sako had an event today, so she is, doing her thing.
Dancing for the joy of it. So
Exactly. So I have a lot of things I should be doing, prepping for Imaginarium and finishing up some day job stuff that didn't get done, prepping my podcast. But instead, a book that, for a series I read last month came out today, a sequel, and I'm going to be reading that today during the stream. So who is shocked? Raise your hand. Oh, wait, no hands. Yeah.
Shocked, yes.
Shocked you are. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I think chocolate chip cookies might be involved.
Ooh.
Right?
I'm envious about the chocolate chip cookies.
I mean, I went to the grocery store on the way home because why did I go to the grocery store? What was I out of?
What could you have been out of, Morgan, that would cause you to go to the grocery store on a Sunday afternoon?
It was not, in fact, gushy food. I had gushy food, but we were down to one dry treat.
Oh my.
In the house. One.
And
that just...
You can't just have one dry treat. They have to be in groups.
but also there was only one left.
Yeah.
And what about next time he needed treats?
Yeah.
A serving is 3 to 5. I was understood that I should not come home if I did not have more treats for the cat.
So a feline ultimatum was made, huh?
No. He didn't know how dire the situation was. So, and when I came home, he very thoroughly made me aware that he knew and I knew that today was Gushy Food Day. So
it was purely an act of self-preservation.
I mean, I think our sign that says it has been, I think we're up to 12 days since the last time Catticus drew blood.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I'm not saying he didn't scratch me up in the meantime. I'm just saying.
But he hasn't drawn blood
since he drew blood. So
I love my cat. Trim his nails?
I mean, he likes to remind me to trim his nails. That's what it really is. That's yeah.
But if you don't actually trim the nails, what good is the reminder, right?
No. The reminder reminds me to trim the nails.
Yeah, okay.
Doing my best to make. I am his favorite chew toy, so it also minimizes damage to my housemates. I don't think he's ever drawn blood on the 9-year-old, but he's gotten my roommate a couple times. So, what are you working on today? Since I have already, noped out of productivity.
Well, actually, it was my wife just wanted me to ask: have you considered getting the claw tips?
They don't stay on very well.
They don't stay on very well. Okay.
And I'm not going to take off his first finger joint to remove his claws because...
Oh, no. We were not talking about decline. Yeah, we were just talking about the rubber sheaths that go on the claws to help keep him from damaging furniture and flesh.
No. I think what really needs to happen is, mom to set aside more time per day in multiple intervals to play with him so he can burn out that energy.
Yeah.
But the days that he really needs it are the days that like he demands all the lap time. So,
I know that we've tried a couple different ways of trimming cat claws in the past, because
Sure.
when we had Gilly, she occasionally had problems with overgrown claws.
Oh
Where her
no.
claws had gotten so long they were actually back into the pads of her own toes. And once they get that long, they're a real pain to cut out.
Oh yeah. I'd never trimmed nails before Catticus because I'd never had a purely indoor cat. I'd always had indoor outdoor cats, which I feel is part of the issue. He doesn't have the space to really run off that energy he has. But I learned that you want to trim the nails sideways, not straight on, because otherwise they're almost made out of layers and they start to shear.
Yeah.
But if you go sideways, then they clip nicely. But no, Catticus sometimes gets fidgety, but usually I just like sit down with my legs in a V, plop them in the middle and go paw, 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 paw. Or paw, paw. Okay, gnaw on me for a minute. Okay, I'm doing the other paw now.
Yeah.
So he doesn't give me too much hassle. And I usually always give him treats afterwards. So.
It's usually good to start when they're young so they get used to having their paws handled.
Yeah. He doesn't like it. Sometimes he gets restless, but he lets me do it. And, it's definitely, I don't think he's ever drawn blood while I was trimming his nails. He's gotten restless. And, a couple times I'm like, okay, we'll circle back when you've, played some. But sometimes I trim his nails because he's been hassling me, because then he'll go sulk for a while.
Okay. So I know with Trill, our problem is usually getting her stay still for the whole process.
Sure.
Yeah. So it usually becomes a 2-person job where one of us holds the cat and the other one trims the toes. But
if he's so restless, I can't do it in one sitting. I'll just wait and circle back and do the other paws later.
So, as for what I'm doing today, I am still processing edits on Kindred of Kali. I finished chapter 11 last time, so boom. Starting it on chapter 12 today.
Nice.
And took a quick glance at it. It's like, I don't have a lot of comments in the first few paragraphs, so it looks like it's starting off well.
Nice.
But before I get into that, I've been invited to be a guest at Capclave, so I need to try
Same.
I need to try to log in and
fill out the survey.
Fill out the survey and say yes, I will be there.
Yeah.
Don't put me on panels with this people. Put me on panels with those people, because
I don't have any no-go panelists. But learn from my lesson. If you miss out on the room block, do not just go be like, oh, let me see if I can find a cheap way to buy a hotel room.
Oh, no.
Because there are not one, but 2 Hiltons or Marriotts or whatever in Silver Spring.
But the thing is that for me, Capclave is the con that is close enough I can come home every night and sleep in my own bed.
Sure.
The only issue,
could if I wanted to. But.
The only issue I have is, how easy it to find parking when I get down there. So.
Yeah. I've definitely bar conned once during the pandemic. I went up just for the evening, hung out in the lobby with, some friends of mine, and then bounced home. But I really enjoy the evening hangout chill experience. And I don't want to get overly tired, and the traffic just isn't worth it for me.
Yeah, well, it's considerably farther for you than it is for me.
Yeah. So it's somewhere between, it's like 45 minutes at night and an hour and a half during the day. So it's reasonable. But yeah, they're like, oh, you could stay at the other hotel. And I'm like, I could, but I might as well crash in my dad's house if I'm going to do that. No, the whole reason I got the hotel room was, so it was a very expensive mistake last year.
Yeah, I'd offer to let you crash here, but we don't have guest accommodations set up.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I want to stay at the hotel. If I wanted to crash nearby, I crash at my dad's, and I don't want to do that. So.
Well, I have no idea where your dad's is.
He lives in Silver Spring, off of Rockville Pike. So.
Gotcha.
Juan sits in the back. He feels that. He did that with his first Imaginarium, but he'd not have to drive back and forth. Yeah. If it's close enough, you feel like it makes sense, but yeah, no. Although I will be chatting with you because there are Imaginarium plans to be made.
Ooh.
So, so speaking of, who do we want to just go into a sprint? What do you think?
Sure. I mean, I'm not seeing that we've got a huge audience wait around to talk to us, so we might as well go into a sprint, let people come in and say, "What is this crazy silence thing going on?"
Right. I'll try to remember to put the tag up.
Okay.
Okay, so step 1, share screen. Step 2, make sure the audio's on. Step 3, there we go.
Oh, there's the timer.
Slide. Yeah, I clicked wrong.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka, laka, laka. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
My, my.
And we're back and unmuted at the same time.
Helps, especially if we want
Coincidence?
people to hear what we're saying.
What? Why would they be here if they wanted to hear us?
Yes, they're just here to look at us because we're so pretty.
So Catticus wandered by and got some pettings. I read some. And yeah. So chatted some.
And I went and tried to log into the Capclave site and found out that, okay, if I've got a password for that site, I don't remember it anymore. So I tried to use the password reset, and it said a page does not work. I got a 500 error. So I wrote off.
Emailing them. So you're emailing them.
Yep. So I wrote off an email to programming and said, yes, I want to do this. I tried to go in and sign up and it doesn't work. Please help. And then I started in on my chapter and started editing. And honestly, it's a short chapter. It's less than 3,000 words, but it looks like I am more than halfway down through it.
Okay.
It's a lot of gunplay, and I don't have a lot of comments here except for great detail on all the gun safety stuff, and later on, too much detail on all the gun safety stuff, and it's like, no, and it's like, if you have to prove that you did your homework on something, always prove that you did your homework on the firearm stuff, because the guys that care about that will tear you apart.
But that doesn't mean you have to have it all in one spot. Like, you can filter it through, and you can,
it's his lordship proving to his brother that he does know how to handle a gun, and also having some surprising gaps in his knowledge. So it was an appropriate spot.
Bless his heart.
Yep. Well, he knows how to shoot a gun. He doesn't know how to load one. He's never done that before. But
is that what servants are for?
Well, when you take when in the past you took guns off of guards who'd already loaded them up, you never have to load them.
And I mean, guns are just point and click like a mouse.
Well, sometimes yes, sometimes not so much.
Yeah. So let me pop into the comments. Sarah is here. Hello. Chat on YouTube is being weird. I don't understand why. Mama Maggie is here. Hello and welcome. And Sarah slammed that like button. So.
But hey, Twitch works too.
Yeah, Twitch is fine. I'm happy with Twitch. So. Yeah. Sorry. Catticus made me yawn.
Oh.
It's a thing. It happened, and now I have yawned.
Oh, we've got another guest.
Ooh, hey, Chorus. So what are people working on today? I know what I'm working on. It's called a book that I'm reading because that's how I roll. Also, I'm going to be getting a snack soon. Snack attack.
Yep, I have the snack. Probably a good thing that I'm eating this because it tastes like it's a little stale. So I think the package might have had a hole in it somewhere, but it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. As long as you're still enjoying it, that's fine. I try to remember, hey, if it's stale, I could throw it away. My budget is not so tight that I need to eat stale food. So, oh no, Sarah threw out her back, so she's moving as little as possible. I am so sorry. Last week when I missed, I threw out my neck on. Remember last time I was on, how I said I'd spent 280 minutes cleaning on Saturday? Well, when I went to lay down on Sunday night, my neck said nasty words at me, and it hurt to sleep because my neck hurt. And I couldn't stay in any side, back, or side. Well, I couldn't lay on my back at all. and I could only stay on each side for like an hour, maybe 90 minutes before it would start to hurt too much. So I saw
this is because you are a broken Tinker toy.
Didn't hydrate enough after all that movement. So I saw my chiropractor twice last week, and we got things sorted, and it was still a little wiggly. And I was like, "Hey, so I have a friend moving on Sunday, and I have committed to helping him move." And he's like, "No, but I guess if it's doing better, I can't stop you." And I'm like, "I
Mhm.
my body." And my plan was to watch the 2.5-year-old while other people were unloading. But what happened was my roommate and I, and my roommate's about my size, and my friend who's military, and one of his our mutual friends came up from Richmond, and he's a big burly guy. It was the four of us to unload a 24-foot truck.
Mm.
And my friend's wife with their 2.5-year-old and her mom showed up literally as we got to the last box that nobody wanted to pick up because it was a large box full of books instead of a small box full of books. So the toddler was not there to be watched until we were done. But we paced ourselves. We drank lots of water. We took breaks and ate snacks with like sodium in them because it was like 100 degrees. And I was moving okay. I mean, my back's still made out of my back, but
yeah,
my chiropractor said I did not overdo it. I did not make anything worse than it was when he'd last seen me.
You did not break yourself further. So
exactly. So
I remember when you were moving, when you actually moved into this place, and I showed up to help. I was again hurting that day, and part of it's my knees, which has been a problem for ages. But,
your knees are garbage.
I ended up loading the truck, letting everyone else bring the stuff to me, and I played Tetris with the truck, and
nice.
we did pretty good. I had somebody else helping me, and between the two of us, we got everything loaded in a nice order. We only had one small mishap getting it unloaded.
Nice. I think the worst move I ever helped with was right after college. A friend of mine and her fiance were moving in together, and their plan was just to grab the furniture. And we're like, but we have the truck, let's grab all your stuff. So they weren't packed at all. Like at all. And his mother came and stood like the walkway. There's like, you come in the house and there's stairs to the left, sofa to the right. If you go straight ahead, it's the kitchen. Kind of a normal setup. She stood behind the sofa in the pathway, blocking the stairs and the kitchen and the walkway out the door. But she wouldn't sit down and she wouldn't help until she decided to help by going into the kitchen and dumping all the spices into a box without putting the lids on anything. And my friend is from Germany, and her aunt is like Korean because, you know, military base, you get a lot of spouses from all over the place. So she had like spices you cannot get in the US. So yeah.
So they all spilled out and mixed together? Oh, horrible.
Not all of them, but many of them. Not all. Like, yeah, there was a mess. And some of them were lost, and it was not amazing. And I still remember this, and it's been 20 years. So,
I know every one of my every one of my moves has devolved to the point where we've got like one box, and we're going in, throwing things into the box until it's full, taking it out to the car, taking it to the new place, dumping it out, taking the empty box back, and doing it over again.
Oh my goodness. Well, you helped me move. That's how my moves work. Mostly I've moved myself. Even when I moved in with my husband and then I moved out. So it was just me moving one person's worth of stuff. So I understand that's a totally different thing than moving a family and whatever. But I have all of my boxes labeled, and both on the front and at least one, but sometimes multiple sides. I have a map of the house so people can look and know which room to go to. I have the furniture labeled with painter's tape on the back, which room they go in. There are maps on the door that show where to set the furniture down. And I'm usually unpacked by 6 p.m. the day of the move.
Yeah,
the only reason with my last move I was not fully unpacked is I needed to buy a bookcase for more books. So there were a couple book boxes that had to wait for additional shelving. Other than that, I think we were ordering pizza by 4:30. You were there, and my friends had helped me unpack.
Something like that is like we were shelving the books according to rule.
Yeah. So I have to remind myself that not everybody moves like me and that my experience is unique. And it's a way of managing my moving anxiety by over planning. It helps me cut down on my anxiety and it makes it go smoothly. So yeah. Let me pop into the comments real quick. Cora is working on a book editing today. Maggie started an arc for a friend and discovered that her editor did nothing. So she's running through her editing steps to see which. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
How can you?
I'm
just like, how can you take money as an editor and do nothing?
Some editors are just like, good enough. Some people promote themselves as editors when really they're a person to help you self-publish.
Well, editors should help you self-publish, but they should also do it by helping you find things that you hadn't thought of. I mean,
yeah, they should edit. There should be editing in an editor. But sometimes they're editor with a capital E, which just means they acquire manuscripts and then help sell them, rather than editing with an actual edit.
Acquisitions is a different style of editing, but yeah.
So Maggie gives you props because truck Tetris is a skill.
Yep.
Self-pub with Andy. Hello, Andy. Popping by to hit that like button. And Maggie says, welcome everyone. Hashtag SHU from Self-pub with Andy. Awesome. I knew what hashtag SHU was at one point in my life. Today is not that point.
That has been cleared to be make room for more male romance. No.
I mean, actually, I think that spot was cleared to make room for remembering to buy more treats for Catticus today.
Okay.
That was just such a high priority. It popped everything else off the stack. So what you gonna do? So thank you all for coming. I think it's time for another sprint and I need chocolate chip cookies. So requirement. So let's get started in 3, 2. No, go ahead.
I don't get chocolate chip cookies. That's true. I've still got fudge from Christmas that I haven't unsealed.
It might be time. Christmas in July is a thing.
It is.
So let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom, chakalaka. Meow, meow. Yes, love. Meow. Hi.
They're not working. Okay.
we're back. How was your sprint?
And I just finished a chapter.
Ooh.
I've completed a chapter, editing a chapter in 2 sprints. I still have another sprint to start a new chapter. Yay!
Like a hero. Awesome.
I miss being able to do that. When I was editing the first book, I would do thousands of words in a sprint, and it's like, why am I not doing that anymore? It's like, apparently I had to get up to speed on the right thing.
Yeah, I hear that. So I did not finish a row of chocolate chip cookies, but I did eat many of them. So,
okay.
Not sponsored. So popping into the comments, it sounds like Maggie was enjoying a warm brownie and iced coffee and didn't share any with me.
I didn't get any chocolate chip cookies. So.
Here, I'll pass them through the camera. There you go. So Juan snuck back in after going to the store. Sorry. On this stream, we are a snuck world. We're not a sneaked.
Yep.
Sneaked is not a thing here. So,
sneaked Sarah is a different part of it.
Right. Sarah moved very little and had her husband rub her effed up back to relieve some of the pain, which did help some.
Oh, I'm glad you got some relief.
Yeah. My heating pad and I were pretty tight last week, so I have one that has magnets, so it stays on my shoulders since my neck and shoulders are the worst.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's very soft. It's pretty good. Maggie's like, oh, you want my 101 degree Fahrenheit and 7% humidity for snackies? Let me check my weather right now. What do we have going on right now?
The 7% humidity sounds kind of nice.
Yeah.
We're 94 where I am.
We are 95 in Manassas. And what's our humidity? The humidity is only 40% right now. So it feels like, quote unquote, 100 degrees because of the humidity. That's how they do that. The wind is like maybe 8 miles per hour, if that. So not much breeze. So. Oh, apparently weather.com also tells me that we are at a waxing gibbous moon. So 7% humidity means after an hour outside, your nose starts to bleed. Yeah. 40% humidity means you feel like you've been sweating after being outside for 2 minutes.
Yes, 94 degrees means you are sweating after being outside for 2 minutes.
Well, yes, there's that too. And then we go back into my summer in Virginia teeth straining theory, in which I postulate that your mouth is both cooler and less humid than the air outside. And if you inhale through your teeth, some of the condensation it'll condense on your teeth, and therefore you will inhale less humid air.
And you can get a drink while you're at it, right?
It's a theory. I have yet to prove it, but I have yet to disprove it. So, popping in, Maggie says, drunk and snuck, not drinked and sneaked. Legit. Yep. This channel will not stand by. Cora's tried to edit while dealing with a kid and dog distraction. Catticus actually wandered off. Like, he started to wander in, but nope.
I've got Trill right here next to me, and she's trying to pull her fur out, and I'm trying to stop her. No.
Dwan said in context it was valid. Yeah, no, sneaks back in was appropriate for you. For me talking about you, after it happened, snuck was appropriate. Are you ready to hop on with us? Sako's here.
Hi, guys.
You look amazing.
You're looking fabulous today.
Why, thank you.
How was the performance?
It went really well.
Hey.
And I stuffed myself silly and came home with cake.
Nice.
It was one of the dancers' birthday, so
Aww.
So happy birthday cake.
Sweet.
We've got the stuff going on. We've got cookies and fudge and cake all around.
Yeah.
Quality stuff here.
Thank you, Mama Ward. Thank you. Also cake.
Right. So let's see. Dewan says right now Louisville is 93 with 43%. Oh, they've got us beat.
It is 100 degrees, says my car.
Oh.
So God only knows what it feels like.
So currently weather.com is saying it's 95 and feels like 100, but that's averaging like on the grass, not on the concrete.
Oh, okay.
Asphalt's warmer.
Yeah, the AC at the restaurant couldn't keep up.
Yeah, no, it's
struggling. Especially dancing around and stuff like that. Like,
I am very happy that my house has 2 different AC units because I have the house HVAC and the bonus room, sunroom that they put on my house has a split unit. And it was pricey to replace them both before my roommate moved in, but it does mean if anything happens, I have a room or the rest of the house that I can, be okay in while the other half.
A backup space that should have air conditioning. Yeah.
Or heat in winter,
I'm going to take my bracers off.
Sure. Yeah. I'm going to pop back to the comments. Sarah says up her way, it's only 86, but they're between 2 quote unquote severe thunderstorms. Oof. Yeah. I do not like severe thunderstorms before 7 p.m. in summer because they turn into steam. So, you have like 105% humidity because it's like actively misting you. Whereas if it's after 7 p.m., you get the cool down effect. So Maggie says they have to run humidifiers in the house to keep their nose from bleeding.
I hear Colorado is pretty warm.
Yeah. So Maggie grew up in Southeast Texas and does not miss walking out to a shimmering thickness in the air.
Yeah.
When I see the shimmer, I usually see it when getting into a car in the summer, and I wait for the shimmer to stop, or I lit most of the shimmer, and then I do not close the door until the window is down. You got to turn on the car before that door is closing.
Yeah, I got you.
So.
Yeah, one of the things I do like about my new car is that you can unlock it and hold the button, and it will bring all the windows down, so you can let all that before you get out.
That's pretty cool. Chorus says it's 85 degrees there with 65% humidity, so it feels like 93. And same here with the severe thunderstorms. Have been having them all day since last night. We were raining all Friday. Was it Friday? And I had to get out of bed and do day job stuff, and it was stupid.
So I want to show you. My wife has unsealed the fudge and cut it up into slices. This was made at Christmas time, and it has been sealed, and it is still in good shape.
Of course,
so she's going to reclaim the container by packaging it up with a couple slices to a package, so we can
nice. It is a soft fudge. It doesn't harden up as much as some, because I know you used my recipe. So Maggie says she has misters in the garden beds to save the plants on days like this, because otherwise they'll just dry out from the ground up. Legit. Yeah. So Dwan would like to say that the best thing about cake as an adult is you don't need an excuse to buy cake.
Well, we had an excuse, but like cake is cake.
Cake is cake.
Cake is good.
Yeah.
Okay, now because I had a friend I still have the friend who had a cat named Cake. So
yes.
Cake was not obnoxious.
I'm trying to figure out.
Cake was special.
Yeah, cake was special.
Okay.
It's the friend who had the many cats, including the cat that once stole a chip right here. Like it was entering my mouth and it stole the chip.
Stole the chip away from you, huh?
Cat's been dead for 5 years, and I'm still salty about this one.
Okay. I was just saying I need to figure out what I'm going to do for my birthday cake because birthday's coming up soon. And my favorite cake is German chocolate cake.
I mean, it's amazing, but super rich. That's why with a summer birthday, I usually go with
but the other thing is that it's like nobody that I know besides me likes coconut. So if I get a German chocolate cake,
you guys can have all the coconut.
I will be eating it by myself.
There is the option, like Giant sells cake slices by the slice.
Yeah.
Like if you go to the grocery store, like the Giant stores and the bakery section, and theirs is pretty decent.
Yeah,
that's a step above adequate. So,
still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my birthday.
You can always sample a piece and see how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like German chocolate, and I believe last time I had a slice, it was because I picked up a slice at Giant.
Okay.
So,
there we go, light.
Yeah, you were a little cool tinted.
I was.
So,
and now I am warm tinted.
Yeah. Duan says there are many definitions of cake.
Take that as you will.
Maggie once had a goat named Cupcake, and she was a prissy princess who refused to walk in snow or get her fur wet in the rain. She would scream worse than a cat about getting her hair wet.
Prissy.
So, my friends with goats have fiber goats, so their goats I know have hair and not fur. I don't know about all goats though. Hi, we think you're fabulous. Maggie says Volmer's Bakery in Colorado Springs sells a birthday cake that you can have up to 8 flavors of slices and a 16-slice cake.
I hear good things about Volmer's Bakery in Colorado Springs.
I'm just reminded of the variety cheesecake that you can buy where it's a slice of different type of cheesecake going all the way around.
I'm fine with just plain cheesecake.
Yeah.
You know, like
I don't mind a little fruit to lighten it though. So as I was saying, I'm a Labor Day weekend baby, so I usually end up with strawberry shortcake or sometimes just Cool Whip and strawberries.
I think Labor Day. When is Labor Day weekend this year?
Labor Day weekend is the first Monday in September, and my birthday is the last day of August. So it's usually my birthday weekend, but not always.
Not always. Okay.
Let's see. Dwan loves nearly all cheesecake.
That means there's an exception and a story.
Lemon and almond.
I do love lemon and almond cake slices. Some people don't like almond cake, and it's okay. I'll eat their share.
There is a halal place in Woodbridge that does almond cake, and it's actually halal, guys. They do cheesecakes cheese steaks and pizza and stuff like that. And I DoorDashed them one day, and they do almond cake, and they give you a honkin' piece too.
Nice.
It's so good.
That sounds pretty cool. So.
We get a halal place near us that we order from that has great baklava, but I haven't seen almond cake there. But
sure. Sure.
I have I have baklava in the fridge right now.
Now I really want some almond cake. Although, it's been a while since I've had rum cake. So
rum cake would be nice.
Right? So let's see. Maggie says she will eat an entire almond cake by herself. Duan says, "Fear not, Doc. The nearly is just in case someone presents me with a horrific cake I don't like."
Okay.
He's not determined it yet.
Well,
Felicia,
you need to come up with a story then.
Right? Oh, Felicia had a great day. Today was productive, working on chapter 4 in the queue on Ream, which is a writer app thing. Church.
Cereal, yeah.
Yeah. Church Sunday dinner at the family's house, and they just got home. Oh,
Nice.
Claire's gonna bounce. The baby is yelling, not crying, yelling. Good luck calming the baby down, and I hope it goes smoothly. So Maggie,
attend.
For Maggie, the place with the good baklava closed down in the pandy.
Aww.
Stupid pandy. So, what do you see about a sprint?
I think a sprint sounds great.
I think it's time for one.
I will reset that timer, and we will get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom. Just as my clock started chiming. And we're back. How was your sprint?
Excellent.
Yay.
It is so hot inside.
Oh, no.
Can't even.
Do you need to come visit me?
No. I just need to reacclimate myself to the air conditioning. And after this stream, I'm gonna show myself.
Sure. Get into your comfy clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Comfify.
Comfify.
Yeah.
So, how was your sprint, Doc?
Mine went pretty well. Started a new chapter and already got through one scene and started into second one.
Nice.
So pace is definitely picking up here. I seem to have gotten deep enough into the book that I've established enough things that my editor doesn't have quite the same comments about stuff, and I'm more hitting my stride.
Oh, good.
That's pretty
Hopefully
cool.
that will continue on through at least another third of the book.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. Let's see. Popping into the comments, Maggie said that the other kosher cafe sells frozen baklava that has the mouthfeel of leather and tastes like paste and almond-scented candles.
That's terrible.
That's not.
I mentioned that it was sad times.
It sounds like sadness.
Could be. Yeah.
Sadness. So. Yeah. So I read more in my book. I am up to 65%.
Nice.
So
well, I mean,
yeah, our it's an arranged marriage situation, and one of them was like, ew, and the other one was like, I'm trying to be the best potential partner possible. I don't understand. What do you want from me? And so his husband has realized that, he's not being uppity and thinks he's better than you. He's just trying really, really hard to do everything he's been taught to be the perfect partner. And he's like, no, I want a person, not this. Yeah. His mother
know who you are, not who you were told you needed to be.
His mother taught him that if he couldn't find imperfections and stuff, he wasn't trying hard enough. Because you need to make sure everything is perfect for your partner, and therefore anything that could possibly get improvement, you should tell people immediately. To which the main character, when he realized that's why he was being so hypercritical, is like, my mom's a B-word too.
Yep.
So, yeah. So they're starting to connect, even if, the perfectionist thinks, his partner's only doing it to keep him from freaking the bleep out again. So
just a little freak out, right?
just a little. So yeah.
Mama thinks that's rude.
Right? It's super rude. Because his parents are not the best. And he was homeschooled and tutored at home, and yeah. When his arranged marriage person was like, I think maybe you should go to college before the wedding, because he was just trying to put it off, his parents were like, we'll sign you up for an online thing. So he has no friends or support network, and it's horrible. He's been brainwashed.
He's
our poor boy.
Isolated, they're.
He does have the internet. He has watched activities online.
Yeah, but that's different from being allowed to go out and meet people and have friends and learn how to socialize. I mean, that's very controlling and abusive is the phrase I'm looking for.
Yeah. So his partner's working on it. They're getting there.
They're getting there.
So
So I also did try a piece of the fudge that my wife managed to pry from the pan before determining that it was too soft to serve up. So she tucked it in the fridge to chill it down and firm it up before moving the other pieces.
I mean, you can always eat it with a spoon.
I tried a bit of it, and it's good. It does not seem to have gone off at all, despite sitting on the counter for more than
and being
6
made
months.
with butter and milk.
Yeah, go figure. If you put enough sugar in, the germs can't get a foothold.
As it's 95% sugar.
Yep.
So, yeah, Maggie says the scary thing is in the anti-socialization sect in the homeschool movements is a real thing. Yeah. Yeah. I have some friends who have been homeschooled, and some of them are fine, but some are not.
My niece, Kalia, struggles with social settings because she started making friends just as the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And then, like, the day they locked down, kids came to the door asking if she could come out and play. And we had to say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was really hard. But
oh my gosh.
especially since she had been isolated up to that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now, like, she doesn't go out and play. She plays on the computer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough. It really is. And, there are some homeschool movements where, the kids get out and socialize, and they have, group exercises and field trips and stuff with other homeschool kids. But a lot of times it's very isolating, and it's just so that the parents can teach that there is only one thought process and only one way to do things, and that nothing else is acceptable.
I was going to say there seems to be about 3 major divisions in homeschooling. One is where the parents are willing to take the child's education into their own hands because they don't think the schools are doing a good enough job, or the schools aren't protecting the children enough.
Right. Or
the other is where the children have special needs that the schools aren't equipped to handle.
Yeah.
So the parents are doing that, whether that means that the children have learning disabilities, or whether it means that the children are that much smarter than the rest of the kids in school and have strong burning desires. And then there's the ones that want to control every bit of information that the children are exposed to, so that they don't have any corrupting influences. So.
Sure. And, all of those have different approaches. You have the online classes that are the same as what you have at public schools. You have the unschooling approach, where you teach whatever the kid's interested in this week. My nibbling was not at school for the last 3 months and was doing stuff online, and had a teacher come check in once a week.
Kalia was the same way,
and was very because their anxiety had gotten so bad that they were spending half the day in the guidance counselor's office, and the guidance counselor has a whole school worth of kids that they need to be able to see. And a lot of it was being asked to do something they didn't already know how to do. So anxiety spiked there, and talking through that, and some level of perfectionism. And some of it was just, plain stalling because they could. And they're working on getting a new therapist for my nibbling, because their therapist lets them talk, but they're not learning any new coping mechanisms. And my niece nibbling sees any sort of coping mechanism as manipulating themselves. And they don't want to manipulate themselves. They just want to be genuine, rather than, this is a tool I can use in order to get through the thing. So getting to that mindset, I hope, is the next step. But we think the medication is at a good level to help with the anxiety at this point, so that hopefully we can push forward from here. So Maggie says, fighting for IEP and individual education plan for her autistic daughter, her genius daughter, and then the migraine depression suffering daughter was a battle I fought for years. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. And we want to make sure, our kids have the support they need to get through and do the best they can. In the past, people either said, oh, they're just not trying and gave up on them, or, just let them slide through the system at whatever level, where with a little support, they could do so much better. So,
yeah.
Anyway, it is 6:34. Perhaps it's time for outros.
I guess so.
Who are you? What are you doing? And where can people see you?
I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Voit. I wear a lot of hats, but today I was an author. and
a dancer.
Yeah, good point. You can Google me at Sako Tumi or Psycho Sako. That's my Facebook going as I get messaged. Yeah, so I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Nice. Doc?
And I am Doc Coleman. I write steampunk comedy adventure. If you're interested in finding out more about me or my writing, then you can go to your favorite search engine and search on Doc Coleman Steampunk, and that will take you to my author page at doccoleman.com. It will take you to my webpage at Doc Coleman. It will also take you to my Amazon author page, where you can see all of my books that are currently in print, and you can look at samples of them and decide if one of them might be right for you or someone you love.
And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. Next weekend, Sako and I will be coming to you live from Imaginarium. Their schedule is very full. I've got 2, maybe 3 panels. I'll be talking about writing software packages and giving my Better Beta reading workshop on Sunday. And other than that, just chilling. Yes. And yeah, so I blog, vlog, and podcast, or you can find my blog, and podcast, which are currently on hiatus, at morganhazelwood.com, youtube.com/morganhazelwood, or morganhazelwood.fireside.fm, or wherever you get your podcast. Just look for Writing Tips and Writerly Musings. Have a great week. If you are somewhere hot, stay warm, stay hydrated,
stay cool,
and rest up. And, if you're anything like me and Sarah, take care of your back. Take meds, stretch, hydrate, heating pad.
Take care of you.
Find somebody to give you a back massage, all the good fun things. So have a great week, and we'll be back next week. Catch you then. Bye-bye.